In the city of Cyprus during 300 BC, there lived a wealthy merchant named Zeno. Zeno's wealth was the result of years of hard work and wise trading. He was known for his vast ships and valuable cargo that he transported between Phoenicia, Piraeus, and other major trading ports. Zeno had everything a man could dream of: wealth, prestige, and a thriving business. However, his fortune was suddenly shattered during a voyage from Phoenicia to Piraeus. In a cruel twist of fate, Zeno's ship sank, and all of his hard-earned wealth and cargo were lost to the sea. This sudden and dramatic event led to an immediate transformation in Zeno's life. One moment he was wealthy beyond measure, and the next, he was destitute. It's hard to imagine how such an abrupt loss could affect anyone. How would you feel if you lost everything you'd worked for in an instant? Would you cry, shout, or feel that life had somehow betrayed you? Most people would likely experience feelings of anger, frustration, and helplessness. But Zeno, instead of succumbing to despair, approached the situation with a completely different mindset. Rather than wallowing in sorrow or rage, he chose to respond calmly, rationally, and with acceptance. This event marked the beginning of Zeno's journey toward the creation of Stoicism. Imagine for a moment being in Zeno's shoes. His entire life's work, his wealth, his reputation, everything was swept away by the unforgiving forces of nature. It's easy to say that the proper reaction would be anger or sadness, and these emotions would be perfectly natural in such a situation. But Zeno, inspired by the teachings of Socrates and other great philosophers, chose to look at the event not as a tragedy, but as a test of character and resilience. Zeno realized that while he could not control the forces of nature that had sunk his ship, he could control how he reacted to it. This realization was the cornerstone of Stoic philosophy. Stoicism, as Zeno developed it, was not about suppressing emotions or becoming indifferent to life's challenges. Instead, it was about recognizing the things within our control and letting go of the things that we cannot control. The core of Stoicism is acceptance. Stoics believe that the only true control we have lies in our responses to life's events. We cannot control the weather, the actions of others, or the events that happen to us, but we can control how we respond. This simple but profound insight has had a lasting impact on people for centuries. Zeno's teachings emphasize the importance of composure in the face of adversity. He taught that, instead of being angry or upset about misfortune, we should focus on maintaining our composure and maintaining a calm, rational mindset. This was not about denying our emotions, but rather about recognizing that our emotions should not control us. Emotions like anger, sadness, or frustration are natural, but we must choose whether we will let them dictate our actions or if we will choose to rise above them. Zeno's idea of Stoicism became a powerful tool for navigating life's challenges with grace and wisdom. While many today associate Stoicism with being unemotional or detached, Zeno's original vision was much deeper. Stoicism is not about suppressing emotions or being impervious to the hardships of life. Instead, it is about developing the resilience to endure hardships without being overwhelmed by them. Zeno and other Stoic philosophers like Epictetus and Marcus Aurelius demonstrated that a Stoic life is one of clarity, virtue, and purpose. The Stoic is not someone who is unaffected by life's challenges, but rather someone who faces them with courage and inner strength. One of the key teachings of Stoicism is the idea that we can choose how we respond to external events. We cannot control the events themselves, but we can control how we perceive them and how we allow them to affect us. This mindset is liberating because it empowers us to face challenges without being overwhelmed by them. Stoicism encourages us to focus on what we can control: our thoughts, our actions, and our reactions to the world around us. Stoicism teaches us to accept that bad things will happen, because they always do. Life is full of unexpected challenges, and often it's not the events themselves that cause us pain, but our reaction to them. In Zeno's case, his loss was not the ultimate tragedy. It was his initial reaction to that loss that mattered. By choosing to remain calm, he was able to move forward with a clear mind and without being consumed by anger or despair. Another fundamental concept of Stoicism is the exercise of voluntary discomfort. This practice encourages people to put themselves in situations of discomfort, not as a form of punishment, but as a way of building resilience. Stoics believe that by voluntarily enduring discomfort, we can strengthen our ability to handle the inevitable hardships that life throws at us. This might mean skipping a luxury or living with fewer comforts to understand that we don't need external circumstances to be happy. By voluntarily embracing discomfort, we develop an inner strength that makes us more capable of handling life's inevitable challenges. Throughout history, Stoic philosophy has been adopted by a wide range of individuals, from slaves to emperors. Epictetus, who was once a slave, embraced Stoicism as a means of enduring hardship with dignity and strength. Seneca, a wealthy statesman, used Stoicism to guide his life and to lead with wisdom. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor, turned to Stoic philosophy to govern wisely and justly. These figures demonstrated that Stoicism was not just a philosophy for the elite or the powerful. It was a philosophy for anyone who sought to live a virtuous and meaningful life, regardless of their status or circumstances. In the early days of Stoicism, the Stoic philosophers believed that their teachings should be available to everyone, regardless of their social status. They taught in public spaces, and anyone who wished to learn was welcome. The Stoics believed that wisdom should not be hidden behind the walls of a school or palace, but should be available to all. This inclusive approach to philosophy led to a broad understanding of Stoicism, and many people from all walks of life adopted its teachings. One of the key principles of Stoicism is the idea of cosmopolitanism, the belief that all people are citizens of the world. The Stoics rejected the idea of division based on social class, race, or nationality, and instead promoted the idea that we are all part of a global community. This belief in unity and interconnectedness is reflected in the Stoic concept of justice. Stoic justice teaches that we should treat others with kindness, fairness, and respect, recognizing that we are all part of the same human family. Stoicism also has a radical approach to gender equality. In a time when women were largely excluded from philosophical discourse, the Stoics advocated for the right of women to study philosophy and live virtuous lives. Musonius Rufus, a key figure in the Stoic tradition, argued that women were just as capable as men of pursuing virtue and wisdom. He believed that women, like men, had the natural inclination to seek out noble deeds and were just as eager to learn about how to live well. Stoicism has had a profound impact on the way we understand and navigate life's challenges. It teaches us to accept the things we cannot control, to focus on what we can, and to cultivate virtues that will help us live a better life. It reminds us that happiness does not come from external things, wealth, status, or material possessions, but from the inner peace that comes from living in alignment with our values. In modern times, Stoicism has seen a resurgence in popularity. In a world filled with distractions, pressures, and expectations, Stoic principles offer a refreshing perspective on how to live a meaningful life. Stoicism teaches us to focus on our actions, our character, and our responses to the world, rather than on external outcomes that are beyond our control. By applying Stoic principles, we can navigate the challenges of modern life with greater resilience, wisdom, and peace of mind. Stoicism's relevance today is undeniable. It helps us understand that life is full of uncertainties and that bad things will inevitably happen. But rather than focusing on what is out of our control, Stoicism teaches us to focus on how we respond to these challenges. It reminds us that the only thing we can truly control is our own mindset, and that by cultivating a Stoic attitude, we can live a more peaceful and fulfilling life.